Stop right there. If you're about to drop 3, 4, or even $500 on a premium putter, just hold on a second. You are probably about to overpay by hundreds of dollars for a luxury logo when a much cheaper, high-performing alternative is sitting right in front of you. Let's look at the Cleveland HB Soft 2 and find out if it's actually a great value or if it's just overhyped.
We're talking about a club that'll run you about $150, going head-to-head against putters that easily cost over $400. And hey, later in this explainer, I'm going to show you the one critical thing most buyers absolutely never check when buying used, and it literally costs them every single time. Stick around for that, you'll definitely want to know. So let's talk about the expensive putter problem. You walk into the golf shop, right? The putter wall looks like a luxury car showroom. But here's the hard truth. Most of us weekend golfers aren't missing those 20-footers because our putter's missing a fancy brand logo. Nope. We miss because our speed control is off, our stroke mechanics are inconsistent, or we're just playing a putter that completely fights our natural stroke. The wrong $500 at a milled piece of steel isn't going to magically fix any of that. So does a $150 putter actually deliver legitimate performance and forgiveness, or is it just cheap? Before you buy, you need to hear this next part, because the answer should totally change how you spend your golf budget. Let's break down exactly what you're getting with the HB Soft 2. This club sits right in that perfect sweet spot. You get actual engineering, quality materials, and real performance, all without paying that massive brand tax. The absolute standout here is Cleveland's speed-optimized face. The grooves on the face are tightly packed right in the center, and then they actually get wider out toward the heel and the toe. Why does that matter for you? Well, when you hit an off-center putt, which we all do, those wider grooves help normalize the ball speed. Your mishits won't just die and come up brutally short. That fixes distance control, which is just absolutely massive for the average mid-handicapper. Plus, they throw in a 20-gram counterbalance weight on the 35-inch and longer models, giving your stroke some incredibly consistent stability. And check out this CNC milled face. It's cut directly from 304 stainless steel. No cheap plastic inserts, no thin little face plates. Honestly, this is exactly where most golfers waste money. They buy a budget putter with a cheap face that dents, dings, and wears out incredibly fast. The HB Soft 2 gives you that long-term durability that actually holds up over years of real play. Cleveland didn't just stamp out one shape and call it a day either. They've got 9 stroke-specific models, so you can match the hosel, toe hang, and grip to your exact stroke path. They even have this one, the Retrieve model. You see that hole cut right through the middle? It literally lets you pick the ball straight out of the cup without bending over. Some guys might call it a gimmick, but look, if you've got a bad back or bad knees, this is an incredibly practical feature. Now let's look at your two main options side by side. On the left is the original 2024 satin chrome version running about $150. On the right, you've got the newer 2025 black finish with an upgraded all-in shaft for roughly $200. But listen up, the cheaper option is not always worse. Here's the catch. The head and the face technology, they're exactly the same on both. You're basically paying $50 extra purely for that black paint job and the multi-material shaft.
So, how do you actually shop for this without making a costly mistake?
Here are 5 quick, smart buyer tips to keep cash in your pocket. First, match the specific model to your stroke, not just whatever looks cool on the rack. Second, test it on real grass if you can. That's where that speed control face actually shows its stuff. Third, like we just saw, skip the black version premium if your budget is tight. The chrome plays exactly the same. Fourth, check the face grooves on used models. Remember that open loop from the start of this explainer? Yep, this is it. If buying used, this next point matters a lot. That milled face is the entire point of this putter. If those grooves are heavily worn down by some previous owner, you completely lose the distance control tech. Always check the face wear. And fifth, if you're buying a used 35-inch model, double check that the last guy didn't rip out the counterbalance weight when he swapped the grip.
Let's get into the honest pros and cons.
I promised you direct and honest advice, so let's look at the unvarnished truth. Because nothing is flawless, and this putter definitely has some real weaknesses you absolutely need to know about. The pros? Undeniable. Exceptional value, real forgiveness on mishits, a true milled face, and 9 models to pick from. But listen to the cons. The sounded impact is firm, very metallic. A lot of golfers actually describe it as loud or pingy compared to a soft insert putter. Also, the stock grip is oversized. If you're a guy who likes a traditional, thin, pistol-style grip, you are probably going to hate the stock setup. Most buyers skip this and regret it later, because a putter you don't like the sound or feel of is a putter you simply won't trust on the course. Oh, and obviously, you don't get the premium brand prestige to show off to your buddies.
So who should actually put this in the bag and who should pass?
Let's segment this out based on your handicap and budget. You should definitely buy this if you're a beginner to mid-handicap golfer who really struggles with distance control, and you want high-end tech without emptying your wallet. It's a massive, highly noticeable upgrade over some cheap box store putter. But wait, this next part changes the final answer completely. You should skip this putter entirely if you are a low handicap player who demands that buttery soft insert feel, or if you require a full-blown custom boutique fitting. And obviously, skip it if you're the kind of player who just won't trust a club unless it has a massive price tag and a luxury logo on the sole.
Let's talk alternatives and the final verdict.
If you fell into that skip category, no sweat at all. Here are a few quick alternatives. If you want an even cheaper entry point, go hunt down an older, used, original Cleveland Huntington Beach putter. You'll lose the newer speed face tech, but you keep that milled steel. Now, if you need that softer feel we just talked about, the Odyssey White Hot OG series is right in the same price range, but uses a classic soft urethane insert. And if you're looking for maximum forgiveness and are willing to spend quite a bit more, the TaylorMade Spider series offers extreme high MOI stability.
But for the vast majority of everyday weekend golfers, here is the final verdict. The Cleveland HP Soft 2 is just an incredible value. The face technology actually works, the build quality is rock solid, and the price is completely honest. It does practically everything a putter twice its price does, it just doesn't come with that luxury logo on the bottom. The smartest budget move you can make is to grab the original satin chrome version, find the right model for your specific stroke, and stop overthinking whether you need a $400 putter to shoot lower scores. Because the truth is, you really don't.
All right, I want to hear from you now. What putter are you currently gaming? What's your handicap? And are you team new or team used when it comes to buying gear? Let me know down below. If this explainer saved you from a bad purchase or maybe pointed you toward a smarter one, make sure to subscribe to Budget T-Box. We are always here to help you play better golf without overspending. Catch you on the